guys, today I'm going to cook some bone-in chicken breasts. So let's get queuing. My power went off, but I'm just going to go with it and see what happens. I think I can make it work. I've got some split chicken breasts with ribs here. So in other words, bone-in, skin-on chicken breasts. I like these better for grilling because I think they have more flavor. I like the skin, and then I think the ribs and the bones help. You not only give you more flavor, but it helps keep the moisture in. So these were, $2.69 per pound, 2.61 pounds, $7.02. So that's not really bad. Not a bad price for a chicken breast. These are pretty good sized ones. I hope they'll both fit in this dish here. Alright, looks like they will. Let me rinse my hands off. I think my water still works. I'm going to use a vinegar and oil marinade for this. I'm just going to kind of mix it up right in the dish here. So what I usually do is use about half vinegar and half oil. So this is avocado oil, but you can use any kind of oil that you have. It doesn't really matter. I use avocado oil pretty much for everything. It doesn't taste like avocados, it just tastes like oil. So just pour some oil on there like that. I use about 50-50, about half and half vinegar and oil, but probably maybe a little bit more vinegar than oil sometimes. I just kind of eyeball it. I don't think it really matters. You can measure it if you want to, but I just kind of eyeball it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then you can kind of add a little more, you know, if you think you need more at the end. It's not a real big deal. And then some Worcestershire sauce. That'll give it some flavor. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of that on each one of them. And then, like all that vinegar, all that marinade's going down to the bottom, I can kind of mix it all up and massage the chicken, massage it into the chicken. Also some salt on each one. Then I'll flip them over and do the other side as well. And then some Johnny's seasoned pepper. Besides pepper, it says sugar, red and green bell pepper, garlic, and onion in it. Now a lot of the marinade recipes I see, they use individual spices, and it kind of is a pretty long list. But this keeps it nice and simple. But you know, we can start with the vinegar and oil, and you can really use any spices and seasonings that you like for this. So it's, you know, it's a little different every time I do it, but this is a pretty simple way to do it. Now I'll just flip it over, you know, kind of, if I mix it around, it'll kind of get everything mixed up together, and then I'll do the salt and the Johnny's on that side, and I'm just going to let it sit on the counter for, I don't know, an hour or two at room temperature, because the pores open up and it gets into the meat better. And also it doesn't have to be on the grill as long that way either. When you cook it, it'll kill any bacteria anyway. Those are seasoned up on that side. I'm going to add just a little bit more vinegar in there as well. Looks like I could probably use a little bit more. These are pretty good sized chicken breasts. And then, you know what, maybe I'll just splash a little Worcestershire over the meat on this side as well. Okay. That looks good. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention, this is red wine vinegar. I think it has more flavor. I like the flavor of it, but you can use really any kind. You can use apple cider vinegar, just whatever you have. My chicken's been marinating for about an hour and 45 minutes, so I'm going to get the grill lit. I have a paper towel soaked in cooking oil here, and just a dab of lighter fluid on it to get that going. Now, since I only have 2 chicken breasts, I just made a little pile of charcoal in the corner of the grill. They're in my slow and sear here, but since it's only that much, I didn't want to waste a lot of charcoal. If I was going to do more, I would fill that up and, you know, fill up this whole side, but just for 2 breasts, I think that'll be fine. Charcoal's getting expensive. This is Royal Oak lump charcoal. That's what I always use for chicken because it burns hotter and I just like the taste of it better. So as soon as those coals get done, we'll get the chicken on there. My chicken's been in the marinade for 2 hours now, so I'm going to get it on there. If it's smaller pieces of chicken, I may go less, like maybe an hour, but these are pretty good sized pieces, so I'm just going to get them on there. I'm just putting them skin side down. Doesn't really matter which way because I'm going to flip it several times anyway. And after the coals burn down, I'm starting it out indirectly. And after the coals burn down, I'll put it directly over the coals for a little bit to get some color on it. The other day, I put a piece directly over the coals like that, right from the beginning, and it got all charred after like 5 minutes. So live and learn, right? And I'm leaving my vents wide open because I like to cook chicken as hot as possible. So my vents are wide open. We'll just let that get going and check it in a bit. It's been 25 minutes and the grill's running hot. It's 425 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the way I like it for chicken. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Flip these over. You know what? I'm gonna brown that up just a little bit. These are big, thick breasts. So let's see here. Okay. Get a little color on them, and then I'll turn it on the other side. PG&E's working on something. That's why the power's off. I took a walk down the road and they were working on something. So that looks nice. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. See, that one has no color, so I'll do that. Now I'll flip it over. Alright, now we'll get the lid back on for a bit. It's been 6 or 7 more minutes, so about 33 minutes total now. Fire's still really hot, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. That looks good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush some more of this marinade on there. Now this is the marinade that it was marinating in, and it's fine to use, but I wouldn't do it like right before you take it off the grill. You know, you brush it on now. Any bacteria in there, the heat will kill it. So just kind of keep basting this with it. That looks good. It smells awesome. Look at that. All right. You can see the marinade kind of gets some little cracks and stuff, and it'll kind of cook into it. We get the lid back on there. That's been another 5 or 6 minutes, so about 40 minutes total now. So maybe I'll flip it back over the other way and put a little bit more of that marinade on there, brush that. That's looking really, really nice. So every fire's a little bit different, so the cooking time's going to vary a little bit. But I'm going to start checking the internal temperature with quick read thermometer pretty quick. And usually I like to get it off when the internal temperature is about 160 to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicken breast, if you go much over that, it gets dry. So I don't want to dry it out. Okay. That looks good. I'll let it go a few more minutes and I'll start checking the temperature. I don't want to keep poking holes in it because then all the juice runs out. It's been 55 minutes. These should be about done, I think. Let me check the temperature of this one of these here. Whoa, that one's 170. I got to get these off of there. It's a little bit dark in here because the power's still off. Lucky I was cooking on the grill. Universe had my back on that one. Otherwise, if I needed electricity, I'd have been out of luck. Anyway, let's slice a piece off of that with the skin. Oh yeah. That looks good. That skin is the best part. I love that skin. That is so good. That crispy skin with all that marinade in it has so much flavor. I've done that on my gas grill, but the flavor is not the same. You just need that smoke from the charcoal. Let's see what Annie thinks. You want to try it, Annie? Did you even chew it? I'm not a huge fan of chicken breast, but those bone-in skin-on ones like that are actually pretty good. Actually, those were really good. So the cooking time was 55 minutes and the grill ran about 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, it's going to vary because every fire is different and the size of your chicken breast is going to be different too. So you got to just kind of go by internal temperature. Anyway, I'll write everything in the description like usual. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.